Hi guys, this is Leffernan doing another video for you guys. This one is going to be short and sweet. This is going to be over summoning and how exactly to strategize when you're going to summon, when you're not going to summon and everything. If you can notice this and everything, up at the very top of my screen, I have 61 common summons. And then I have 746 elite summons. So this is going to be very, very useful for you guys later on down the line because when you're looking at your captains and trying to have it to where their star level goes up, you need to get the pieces for them. So let's go through and let's look at Beowulf or whatever. Beowulf is a character to where no matter what you do, it's not going to matter as far as you trying to summon things in order to get a star level up. You cannot summon in order to get pieces of Beowulf. He is one of the characters, and also Hercules is one of the characters that you cannot summon pieces in order to get the star level up. So with that being said, now we can look at people like, Cleopatra and everything. Cleopatra is a legendary captain. You could tell by the gold in the background or whatever, or the orange in the background of basically what she's, what you're looking at. And for that and everything, you will get pieces of her in different events and different types of rewards and all that kind of stuff. But it is difficult in order to go through and get her up quickly. Like I have her at star level 3 and everything. And if I was to try and get it up to star level 4, it would go through and raise it another 50. It would raise up to 60%. So that is a nice bonus to it. It also levels up the resolve points and everything, which basically makes it to where she is very good at fighting. Ooh, I'm almost there. 170 pieces out of 200, and then I do have enough of the essence of the gods or whatever in order to get there. So that is good. But Cleopatra and everything, it's going to take a while. So when you're looking at all your different, captains that you could possibly have and all, I'm going to try and center this on over here so we could get through to it. There are certain captains that are worth it and certain captains that are not worth it. You got to figure out what is your style of play. Now, granted, I have all those extra summoning scrolls that I could go through and use, but there are certain ones that I target because those are the ones that I want to use. So Stror, I used to use him all the time whenever I was gathering stuff. I don't gather that much anymore. So he's at level 121, and he has, 5 stars or whatever. But I don't use him all that much, so it's not to where I really need to worry about leveling him up. Like you can notice all these different characters. As you go further into the game, you just notice that you have certain captains that you do use and certain captains that you do not use. And for that, we have a separate video over it. But let me just put it to you this way. If they're at the top of my list up here, that means that I use them and I use them a lot. Like Hercules for epic. Doria, whenever I'm fighting Arachne, this is good for Valor. Dustan, Carter, Farhad for research. Aurora, whenever it comes down to construction. Ada, I used to use her a lot and everything like that, but she's still pretty good for fighting. And then we also have Helen and everything. Now, the ones that I really, really use a whole heck of a lot are basically Beowulf, Cleopatra, and Leonidas for my regular fighting. But you'll notice that you basically have about 8 or 9 captains that no matter what you need to have. Like, if you don't have Beowulf, that's fine. If you can't spend the money in order to get Hercules and everything, that's fine. But you do need to have Cleopatra. Cleopatra is the most useful one that is very, very common for people to be able to get. Leonidas, very, very common for people to be able to get. Doria, you need. Just for the Valor point bonus whenever you fight Arachne, which is the best way to get Valor points. Dustan is good for CP. So whenever you're going through and raiding somebody, if you think that you can easily beat them, put Dustan in because of the fact that he's going to give you a huge amount of bonus, conquest points bonus for every single level that he goes up. It's 0.5%. 109%, basically you're doubling the amount of conquest points that you were originally going to get. So I would suggest basically for everyone, if you can, Cleopatra, Leonidas, Doria, Dustan, Carter, Farhad, and Aurora. After that is completely up to you in the way that you like to fight the game. Certain people are better than others. I like Beowulf. I absolutely love him. He's worth the effort and everything if you can get him. And then I also love Hercules because of the fact that he does so good against epic level monsters, which therefore makes it very, very easy for me to be able to go through and level up my characters as quickly as possible. Now, here's the reason why you do not spend all your scrolls immediately. I'm going to go through and I'm going to click on the events that are currently going on. And every single day that is going on, you will have a summon mastery that will be up there. Right now it's Ingrid. Ingrid is the one that basically helps you with a bonus whenever you're fighting with monsters, which I fight with monsters all the time right now. But I get my bonus with Beowulf for strength, with Cleopatra for strength, that is just as powerful, if not more powerful, than Ingrid. So why would I go through and add Ingrid where she only takes care of monsters for strength? So therefore, I'm not going to use my elite summoning scrolls on Summon Mastery. But here's the reason why I say hold back on them. Every single time that one of these events comes up and it tells you what character is basically doing, if you are going to use that character a lot, here's how I would use your elite summoning scrolls, because they replenish whether or not you're buying packages or whether or not you're getting them as part of rewards for different things or whatever. And so you can go through and have it to where you target certain ones, and then here's how you're going to do it. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. All right, so when you scroll down and everything, so we're going to bring it down a little bit. We have our elite summoning scrolls. As long as you do one elite summon, you will get to basically the 10 points that are needed in order to be able to get this one elite summoning scroll back. So therefore, it pays for itself. As long as you do at least one elite summon. If you have it to where you have a free elite summon, this works. Now, for the next part and everything, you have to do 5 elite summons in order to get to this. You have to do 10 elite summons in order to get to this level. 20, 30. But then it jumps. So if you notice, it goes up to 600. Now, the amount of, puzzle pieces does go up, but this is a 300 point gap. So whenever this event comes up and everything, I can easily either use 30 elite summoning scrolls in order to get the 8 plus 8 plus 10 plus 10. So I'm getting 36 puzzle pieces of Ingrid by using 30 elite summoning scrolls. Or if I use 60 summoning scrolls, I could go through and get 51. Needless to say, if you do the math comparison as far as what is more worth it, it is more worth it to basically stop once you hit the 300 point. Don't do any more elite summonings and everything. I mean, you can still go through and do the freebie and everything because why not? But you stop at the 300, and then this way you save your elite summoning scrolls for a different event. So like right now it's Ingrid, right? If I was to go through and let it scroll through to the next one. Now granted, it's not, it usually will tell you this, like most of the time when you're doing this, it'll run for 48 hours or whatever. And on the second day, like not during the first day, but once there is like only 16 hours or less than 24 hours left, it'll tell you the name in the next get ready part. It will tell you the name of the next character that is going to go through and pop up with. So if I knew that Leonidas or Cleopatra or one of the other high-level people was going to be the next character that you get the pieces for and everything as part of the reward, I would be like, hey, I'm not going to do Ingrid. Basically, I'm just going to go through and save for whoever the heck is going to be next. Hopefully it's one of the people that I do need, and it's going to pop up in this area as far as hey, get ready for Summon Mastery, and it's going to be this character, hopefully Cleopatra. So this way I could go through and get those 30 other pieces that I need in order to get her up a different level. So save your summoning scrolls I mean, granted, like if you get freebies and everything, you get freebies. Nobody, is gonna fault you for a freebie. Like, oh yay, 2 pieces of Ada, wow. And then I can always go through and do the living heck out of this, but it's best just to save them, guys, and then have it to where you basically build up to the event that you want, then go through and use them. That is all for this video. I hope you guys learned something out of it as far as summoning, when you should summon, when you should not summon. Take what you will from it. Please like, comment, or subscribe. Perfectly up to you. Any of the comments that I see as far as like, hey, can you do a video over this? Hey, can you do a video over that? I will try and get to and try and do a video over it. You guys have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.